listening to Morning Light. My name is Simon Rosnack. Winnipeg's premier daytime concert and lecture series returns to the Rady JCC Asper campus. Music N Mavens presents engaging speakers and dynamic performers over the next 3 months, Tuesday and Thursday afternoons in the Bernie Theatre. To hear more, founding producer Carla Burbrayer has joined me. Welcome back to Classic 107.
Hi, Simon. Glad to be here.
And glad to have you. Carla, this Music N Mavens' 25th year. Congratulations.
I think we're actually 26.
Is it 26?
Yes.
Oh,
believe it or
no.
not.
This is absolutely, I mean,
Yeah.
So we've spoken about Music N Mavens before. We've spoken about the origin story, if you will. I mean, this was one of those series that you produced at first to really fulfill your own wish for something to do in the afternoons. Did you ever envision this sort of longevity when it started 26 years ago?
Never. I did not think that it would be as successful and wonderful. It's great. It's a great dream come true. And as I was saying when I came in this morning, whenever it gets bitterly cold outside, I think to myself, it must be Music N Mavens time.
And just in time, the cold weather is once again in the forecast after a very mild start to these winter months. Obviously, there is a demand for daytime events, and this is an event. It's something to go to and take in an hour's entertainment right in the middle of the day. A series really designed for those with flexible schedules or those with a little bit of extra leisure time, right?
Correct. I've always felt that the desire to get out during the daytime is greater than in the evenings when it gets cold and dark during our winter time. And I find that a lot of people will come singly, independendly to an afternoon event where they might feel a little bit more trepidation doing so in the evening.
I'm one of those people who definitely popped in to Music N Mavens in the afternoon because I host a morning show. So I have that sort of flexibility. And like you say, I mean, there's a lot of individuals there. There's groups who take it in. And it really is an audience of all ages, too.
Correct. Yes, you get moms with little babies that come sometimes and parents that take their kids out of school to be able to catch a great performer. So a very, very diverse audience.
So it all begins today with a lecture by Thomas Axworthy presenting on leaders he has known over the course of his storied career, right?
Correct. Yes. Yeah. I'm sure Thomas will be great. He was the principal secretary to Prime Minister Pierre Trudeau. He's written speeches for many of the great leaders, and he's just got a very interesting story to share. So I'm looking forward to his talk this afternoon.
Now, we don't quite have time to run through the entire list of speakers, but can you give us an overview on some of the speakers and the topics that are going to be covered? Sure.
Well, Alan Levine is going to talk about reflections on his relationship with Peter C. Newman and the writing of nonfiction. Alan is an author who's authored many books, and he did co-write a book with Peter C. Newman, and Peter C. Newman died this year, so it's 2023. So it's great to have that perspective. We've got a number of topics concerning what's going on in our city right now. Crime, drugs, and social disorder in Winnipeg, presented by Katarina Mayer. We've got putting housing first and supporting persons experiencing homelessness in Canada with Gino Destasio. So a number of topics that focus on things that we as Winnipeggers should be concerned about within our own community.
I'm just thinking about this sort of idea of a pairing of a maven, an expert in a field, and music. Why was it important to you to offer both? Not only the sort of entertainment and quality of music, if we can put it that way, and sort of distill it down to such a simple title, but also have these lecture components as well. Why was it important to do both in the midday?
You know, I have to say, I thought of my father when he was searching for something educational in his later years, and I wanted to offer something that would give not only culture and entertainment, but education, and give people the opportunity to have continued learning at any stage in their lives.
So in all, there are 9 speakers over the run of the 2024 Music N Mavens lineup. That one half of the offering. What about the musicians? There's always a little bit of everything, isn't there, Carla?
Yay, yes. Well, we start on Thursday with Mal Magrill doing the entire album of Carole King's Tapestry.
So good. So good.
And then we move on the following week, Gabby Epstein, who is a cabaret performer and is also in Winnipeg to perform with the Winnipeg Jewish Theatre. She's going to be doing a cabaret with her pianist on a Thursday afternoon. We have on the 23rd of January, we have the Clarinet Summit, which is led by Myron Schultz and Naum Goman, and they've pulled in two other performers, one of whom is Chris Wolf from this very radio station.
Our very own. He's off on vacation, but I wouldn't be surprised if Chris was practicing for the show right now on his vacation.
In February, I'm very excited about Aaron Propp doing the entire album Paul McCartney and Wings, Band on the Run. So another one of these 70s greats that you just can't go wrong with that kind of music, Simon. Everybody just loves it, and it's fabulous music.
It's fabulous music, and it's also just... It puts that lilt in your step. When you walk out, it'll still be bright. I mean, this is a midday show that happens, but you walk out and you just feel so energized after taking in this music midday.
Exactly, exactly. For the classical lovers, I've got Yuri Hooker and his son, Ari Hooker, doing a whole program of Rachmaninoff. So that will satisfy the needs of all classical lovers. And on another classical twist, Karen Barg's The Luminous String Quartet. She puts the edge on classics.
Karen, one of those players who can literally do it all, and she's doing it all for this show.
Correct. She's doing a program that she approached me with called From Bach to AC/DC.
Yes, of course, running the gamut.
So with a four-piece string quartet, she's doing such a variety of music. Another one that I'm really excited to present is a whole program of Tom Jobim's music. A Brazilian collective called the Nova Brazil Collective approached me, and it's a 10-person group who are going to do Tom Jobim's music, and as those who know, Tom Jobim is the most influential Brazilian composer of all time. So that's an exciting one. And then back to the 70s, I've got this group called the Family Planners, and they're doing this just get up and dance kind of show that is called Groovin' Through the 60s and 70s. And the Commodores, Michael Jackson, Elton John. Again, another one of these where I guess I'm a little biased, but I just love that kind of music.
Yeah.
So, and then there's, Tony Bennett, who passed on recently. Aaron Hutton and Danny Carroll will be doing a tribute to Tony Bennett in March, which I think is going to be very exciting.
All sorts of performances to look to. And again, we're just sort of, we're giving a very brief overview. We're skimming things here. Should mention, Music and Mavens opens today, January 9th, running through March 28th, closing out with the Dirty Catfish Brass Band, who always bring the party, a little bit of New Orleans goodness here in Winnipeg. Short 2-week break happening mid to end February. I'm curious, Carla, for those listening, are there still season passes available? Of course, individual tickets as well, right?
There are season passes, and the best way to get them is before the concert on January 11th, because actually there are 11 concerts on the series, and if you buy the concert pre-January 11th, you get one concert free because it's a 10 concert pass, Simon. So you buy your 10 concert pass prior to the 11th, you get 11 before the 11th.
What a great deal that is. Now, if people are looking for tickets and passes, where should they go?
www.radyjcc.com is where you find the entire listings of Music and Mavens, and you can buy a full concert pass, you can buy a half concert pass, a mini concert pass as well, and you can get individual tickets to the concerts. The speakers are no cost, although we do welcome donations at the door.
We've also got the details up at classic107.com under the events tab. We'll also get details up on the homepage, classic107.com. Carla, as always, wonderful to have you here. Wonderful to have the return of Music and Mavens. Enjoy the run.
Thank you. Thank you, Simon.